Hello, everybody, and welcome to Against the Fence. This is the place to be if you're obsessed and passionate about the UFC. And today we're joined by one of UK's finest in Nathaniel, the Prospect Wood, who has got 18 wins and 5 losses. He's 5-2 in the UFC, and he trains out of GB Top Team in London. Nathaniel, how are we doing, my man?
Very well, thank you, mate. Good to be on here with you boys, and it's good to be 12 days away from fight night. So, yeah, everything's good.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it.
It's awesome it's awesome to see. It's awesome to have you on the channel again for the second time, of course. I mean, you came last time and it was with JK and Ash, sure, holding it down. The questions with you. I mean, just talk a little bit more how much you love this channel that you back twice. You know what I mean?
I absolutely love it. You know, it's my favorite channel out of everyone.
There you go.
So yeah, thanks for you boys having me on.
Oh, much appreciated, man. I mean, it's been. We'll get a bit of a timeline as to what things. We spoke to you last back in September 2021, and at that point you were kind of recovering from a broken hand. You was kind of eager to get back in there. You had a fight cancellation back in March. It was kind of last minute against Vince Morales, who we later on had on the channel. Funnily enough, a few months back, and then of course. You came back at featherweight this time, back in July, and you beat Charles Jourdain by decision. And then now you're taking on Charles Jourdain in UFC Paris in literally 12 days' time. So what a journey it's been, and it's just glad that you're catching up with us once again.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and that fight being cancelled was kind of the reason. Then I just thought, you know what, I'm moving up a weight because, you know, I really kind of suffered to get my weight down. And then for the guy to pull out the day before, I just thought, you know what, I'm done with this, man. I'm done with that bantamweight category. You know, it's time for me to move on and move up a weight. And yeah, obviously I think my performance speaks for itself on the last fight. And now look, you know, 5 weeks later, I'm on the Paris card fighting a top division. And that's everything I want. You know, I want to be the best in the world, and I want to fight the best in the world. And you know, Jourdain is a good step up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in there and showing what I can do.
Yeah, I mean, like we heard about that, how tough that weight cut was from your boy Uma. Shout out to Uma, because he must be the best mate, top mate to have in your camp. The fact that he was coming along to the press conferences to put your name in the headlines, and he managed to get you your papers. Was that correct?
Yeah, mate, he's a good lad. He's always got my back. He's my sports physio as well. Yeah. So he started off with a sponsorship. You know, he keeps me, you know, supple and keeps the maintenance going, makes sure I'm fit and healthy and ready to rock. And now, you know, he's one of my best mates. So, yeah, you know, he's a good lad, especially to have on the team.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, seems like a top bloke. And we bumped into him on 2 occasions at UFC London back in, it was March, wasn't it?
Yeah,
March, and of
July,
course about a month ago as well. So, yeah, nice.
You're going to be loving this if he's watching this right now.
Yes, he's getting famous. Here we go.
Get in the chat, Zuma. Go on. I bet you've got loads of questions to fill for later on. Yeah, so, I mean...
The weekend just gone, right?
What?
The UFC 278 card.
Mate, seeing Leon Edwards capture gold like he did this past weekend, has that now inspired you even more to go on and just do the same?
To be honest, no. I feel like I was just as inspired before. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy for him, of course, but I mean, I didn't need it to motivate me any more than I'm already at. You know, I'm very self-motivated. I'm very disciplined, and you know, I'm on a journey for myself and for my family and for my friends. And you know, I didn't need to watch someone else win the belt to get any more motivated than I already am. So, yeah, I feel like a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and going up now, I'm very happy. And I've got everyone around me that I think I need on my team. So. Yeah, now I'm going to be the 3rd UFC champ.
Yeah, I can feel that. There's a little bit of...
I'll be the first London champ.
There we go. Yeah. I can feel that. It's almost a little bit like, yeah, I'm happy for the guy, but that was supposed to be me. Yeah, I can feel that.
I am very happy. And the pound for pound #1 king, man, as well. Do you know what I mean? That was
huge things, didn't it?
Yeah.
That wasn't any old champ. That was the champ. So, yeah, hats off to Leon. That was one hell of a head kick.
Yeah, and he'll be running that fight back as well, I understand. So we've got
Probably.
dates for, and they'll be doing the
Well,
third.
fingers crossed for Wembley, eh?
I've heard that it's going to be Wembley.
Fingers crossed.
Right?
Can you imagine if it was Wembley?
Wow.
If I'm not Wembley card, I'm retiring.
Mate,
it's
you've got to
Wembley.
be on there.
100%. If it's going to be Wembley.
I've been saying for years, imagine Wembley Arena,
Oh, mate.
UFC.
There we go.
Was it 80,000?
That's it. Dana White,
That's good.
if you're watching.
Yeah.
Come on, Wembley. man.
Exactly.
Yeah. To be honest, I think you've got a bit of time as well, because I don't think they would want to do a card in the autumn or so. It would have to be in the summer if they're going to do a Wembley card. And I think you've got enough time to rack some wins up in that period. So, maybe.
Mate, I won't care who it is, what weight it is. Just put me on that Wembley card, man.
Yeah.
And
Whatever weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. All right. Well, let's talk about your last performance then, which was literally a month ago. First, it was absolute flawless. The leg kicks were causing all kinds of problems for Rosa. Your distance management and timing were on point. You're probably one of the smallest in the division, but using those attributes I've just mentioned, who else have I just described?
Frank Edgar.
Well, that's one of them, but in the same weight class. I guess he was in featherweight.
Similar, isn't it?
No, he's lightweight, wasn't he?
Yeah, he won the belt at lightweight, and then he went down to featherweight, and then back down to
He's bantamweight,
bantamweight. Yeah,
Bantam now.
Yeah. So he's jumping through all the divisions now.
yeah. Think of it.
But yeah, no, mate. I honestly think that such a big asset is speed,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a quick 35er. So now having that speed at 145, it's something that I think people forget about.
Yeah.
They think, I'm the big guy, I'm the heavier guy. Cool. Now try and catch me. Do you know what I mean? When I'm picking your head off with jabs and straight rights and leg kicks and whatever there is. So yes, obviously the bigger guy is always going to have that slight advantage when the takedown happens or in the clinch, let's say. But mate, when I'm training in the gym, I struggle more with some of the flyweights because trying to catch them is hard work. Yeah, it's hard work. Every time I step near them, they're pumping the jabs in my face, and it's hard work, man. It's hard work trying to chase. Yeah, I'm going to let them have it. But don't get me wrong, I'm not a small 145 either, Of course, I'm going to be a little bit smaller, but I'm not. I'll put it this way, 135, I was dying trying to make 135. So, yeah, it's not like I'm walking in the fight at 145. I still have to cut weight. I still have a lot to cut. It just is a hell of a lot more easier than when I was going down to 135. So, yeah, I think it's the best thing for me and for my health. It wasn't fair on my missus, my family. They were just seeing me like a zombie, and it's like, yeah, how far do you go until you say enough's enough? So
we saw those pictures of the weight cut when it was back in March.
Man, I still had 7 kilos to cut.
Oh, you weren't even there yet. Wow.
No, I was contemplating cutting a leg off or something.
Wow.
Honestly, it was killing me, man. I was on fight week. I was in tears like 4 times just because my brain wasn't functioning. I wasn't with it. I was getting my words mixed up. I think one day the dog was being naughty and I told him off and I started crying because I got emotional that I told him off. Yeah. My missus was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Just giving up on life, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm literally starving. And I still had a lot of weight to cut as well in the sauna. So, yeah, enough's enough.
I mean, like, I didn't want to blow too much smoke up your ass, but I was actually, the fight I was describing was Alex Volkanovski.
Oh,
who's the champ.
Yeah.
So, look, the sky's the limit. Now, is it fair to say that you could look at Alex Volkanovski and say, I can also do what he can do?
100%. And I believe I can do better. Do you know what I mean?
I like that.
You've always got to be confident in yourself. I wouldn't, who's going to be a fighter and turn around and say, yeah, no, I'm not going to be as good as that guy. I think I can be better. And something that he hasn't got that I have got, I've got very long reach. So yes, I am 5'7" or 5'6", whatever the UFC says I am. My reach is the same as Charles Jourdain. I've got very long arms. I've got very long legs for someone who is only 5'7". So yeah, that's the only thing I think that's a disadvantage when you're talking about height. As for actual height, what advantage is it being taller?
Yeah, no.
It's easier to take someone down when they're taller. It's easier to get a double leg shooting on their hips.
It's really
in the box. in that clinch exchange, I want to be the smaller guy.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be like that Tyson coming up, you know, with uppercuts and hooks. And so, you know, I see myself fitting very well in the 145 division. And yeah, you know, I handle myself very well with range. I know how to use my range. So, you know, with long arms as well, I think it's going to be a problem.
I was going to say, yeah, where would your edge be, do you think? And you reckon that would definitely be in sort of the striking in that range, that sort of area?
Yeah, I think so my dad, my coach, is very, very anal about using my range. Right. You know, since I was a kid, if I'm not using my full length of my arms in my punches, you know, I was getting a bollocking. So, you know, I've been brought up to use your range. And now it's just a natural habit. But all of my shots, I'm getting every little inch that I can out of my range. So that's just how I fight now. You know, I'm going to make sure that if I'm jabbing, it's full length in the arm, straight right, full length. I'm getting full power from it. And yeah, now that I've got the speed advantage as well, and the reactions I think are quicker because I feel like the 145ers will be slower than the 135ers. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to be in that matrix like Zen mode again.
Love it.
Yeah, would you say that was your finest performance to date against Charles Rosa?
I think so. Obviously, I didn't get a finish, but Charles Rosa, everyone, I had 3 people that used to train with him, and they said, you're probably not going to finish him because he is tough. He is such a tough, durable fighter, and he has a lot of heart. You know, that's one of his biggest assets. So, you know, I didn't want to rush trying to get a finish and then end up messing up. And obviously with my performance in the fight, I was, as I say, I was in that flow state and I knew that I was winning the fight by a mile. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, enjoy it. And I thought, you know, that there would have been a fight of the night in it. So
mate.
I'm going to carry on fighting. You know, we'll get that 50 Gs if we continue like this. And, but yeah, now I kind of think maybe I should have gone for the finish a bit more, but it is what it is. You know, it was nice to get some, ring time in, and it was nice to enjoy a full 15 minutes, especially after a long layoff.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite gutted you didn't get the bonus because I felt that you did deserve it. But last time when you came on the channel, you know, you mentioned about your missus having an expensive taste. How gutted was she that you didn't get the bonus?
Well, she says she doesn't mind as long as I'm all right.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think deep down she's like, man, I want a new brother.
Yeah. once you get one diamond, you just want to get more.
She looks.
Yeah. You see it
now. She had my best interest at heart, I swear.
Oh, man.
He told me, he was like, right, you get on that Paris card right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I bet she must love a trip to Paris.
She's the one sending you over.
Absolutely.
And we got a wedding to pay for, man. That shit's expensive. So
yeah.
Ooh, congrats.
Hopefully this time I get a bonus, you know.
Yeah. Hey, absolutely.
Main card, so all the eyes are on it. Makes sense. So.
I didn't even know that until yesterday. My mum told me.
Oh, really? Your mum of all people found out first.
I typed your name in. I saw you was on the main card. I was like, oh, sweet. You know,
there you go.
So, yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, Mum, but yeah, I'm a bit of a big deal. I'm a pretty big deal, Mum. That kind of thing, you know. Love it.
It's amazing. Now, in that last performance, I like the way that you had him biting on that front kick, which was allowing him to drop his guard for those hooks. Was that something you realised prior to the fight, or was it something you realised during the fight?
I've always loved the calf kick. You know, them low kicks is my favourite because one, I can't kick very high. You know, I've got very tight hips. And I love kicking, man. You know, I love throwing leg kicks. I think it's from where I was playing football when I was a kid. You know, I've just got a lot of power behind them. And I knew that Charles Rosa liked to calf kick. So I thought to myself, you know, who can get it first?
Yes,
because when you take 2 calf kicks, your leg's gone. That's it. It's gone. So I knew that would kind of be his plan. And he did actually kick me, I think, once or twice, because the next day my calf was also a bit sore. But yeah, you know, straight away I thought, right, I'm going to beat you to it, get bang on that leg. And as soon as I knew it went, you know, then once you know it's gone, you're just going to keep throwing it in you. So yeah, but it was something I use a lot in the gym.
Yeah, it was the teep at the middle though that I watching it back again today. I suddenly realised that you were trying to bait the teep and then allow him.
Yeah. I use that all the time in training.
There's a lot. You did it at least like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, a rhino toe, let's call it. You know, from years of
rhino
kicking.
toe.
double the size, and it's like a weapon, mate. So I use that toe to try and stab in the teep kick, and then once I've caught it once or twice and it's hurting, I can start baiting them in with it. So
you watch James Bond, and you got the bad guys who just sort of click their toes, and then that little knife comes out the toe, and all of a sudden it's a little weapon.
Extra weapon in the arsenal.
There we go.
All right, let's move on and talk about the upcoming fight against Charles Jourdain. Then, you know, he's 4 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw in the UFC, and he's been in some of the most exciting wars in the organization. You know, pretty much every one of his fights has been a barn burner. It's been a quick turnaround for you, but how do you prepare for someone like Charles Jourdain, who, you know, because he's so unorthodox?
Kind of, you just said it. There's not really much to do, really, as far as I'm concerned, in the gym. You know, there's not a specific game plan, really, I'd say, for Charles Jourdain. You know, I'm going to go in and fight.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of my game plan. I'm going to go in and see what he does, because where he's quite reckless and he throws, you know, spinning stuff and stuff that you wouldn't see before, it's hard to train for that. So if anything, he's made my camp nice and easy, because I don't have to think too hard. It's not been a long camp anyway, because it was on short notice with the opponent. So yeah, I'm just going to go in and I'm bringing my A game, and I'm just going to let him work for me. So who knows? He might go for a takedown. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't want to be in there thinking, you know, it's an absolute striking fight, because anything could happen in there. It's MMA at the end of the day. Yeah. But I'm bringing my A game, and you know, I believe there's going to be enough to get the job done however I want.
Yeah, I mean, I get that being a fighter, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to adapt to all sorts of situations. But do you have a particular sort of matchup which does bode well with you? Is it stand-up striking? Is it the wrestling?
Yeah, I'd say Charles is probably the perfect matchup in regards to. I think we're quite similar. You know, I'd say we're both strikers. We both can grapple. Obviously, we're not just strikers that don't train MMA or grapple. He brings it. You know, he's tough. I say that I bring it, and I'm tough. You know, I like to be in a barn burner. He likes to be in a barn burner. So, yeah, you know, I think it's a perfect matchup, really, especially for the fans.
Yeah. I mean,
so yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to it.
We'd love to see an octagon on fire. That's what we'd love to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bringing it on. That's awesome.
All right. I think we can move on to some fan questions, can't we?
Yeah. Have they been coming through? So we've had fan questions just from Birmingham here. We've got Ash in the chat. We've got Barney Davies in the chat. We've got Breezy HDTV in the chat as well. We're just going to find some good questions and scroll up a little bit and see what we've got on here.
Yeah.
So if I click one of these, what should happen is it should pop up on screen. Question here from Breezy HTV.
Here you go.
And it's up on screen there. And Breezy has said, question, most important question of the day. He said, how's Hope?
How's Hope?
Oh, he died, man.
Oh, no.
It was actually a dove. There was a dove in the bush, and he wasn't doing it.
Yeah, sorry, I know what he was on about now. I was keeping tracks on it. I forgot that you called it Hope.
Long story short, this cat was trying to get the bird, so I saved the bird, and there's something wrong with him. He was just not reactive. We put him in the dog's crate, like obviously not the dog in it, and gave him water, and like, mate, I've got it on his beak, and he just wasn't reacting. And then, you know, came out this morning, and my missus said he's gone. So I was like, you know, breaks my heart, man.
Yeah,
I feel like we bonded.
Yeah. How long was it? How long was Hope in your life for?
The crazy 12 hours.
That's a wild 12 hours. A wild 12 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Oh, man. Well, great question there, Breezy HTV. I hope that answers it for you. Hope is... Yeah. All hope is not lost.
What I'd like to think is that he had, mate, we made it all nice and dark for him. He had a blanket. It's better than getting ripped apart by the cat outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to think that he wasn't in pain, but yeah. And he's a dove as well, man. He's a beautiful little bird. But yeah.
Ray, you're going to catch a dove in your life?
Yeah.
There we go.
Exactly.
There we go. Yeah.
What else we got?
Got
people letting me know the football scores.
Yeah, guys, that was going on. So Breezy's just got a 1 for you, JK, 2-0. He probably knows. So that's there in the chats. Barney Davis interview of the phone while the game's on the TV. Love that, Barney Davis, sort of chiming in both with this on the phone and the game going on as well.
Thanks, Barney.
Supporting. Some of the so talk about some of the kicks on the way down. So got a question here from Angus.
Oh, God.
This is Angus Jenkins. Now he says, "Hi Nathaniel, big fan. Can't wait to see you in Paris. Got my tickets the other day. My question is, would you rather fight one Volkanovski-sized duck or 50 ducks-sized Volkanovskis?" That's a classic Angus question right there.
I would like to fight one duck, Volkanovski size. What was the first one?
So one Volkanovski-sized duck or 50 ducks-sized Volkanovskis?
Not the 50 ducks, man. I wouldn't want to have to knock out 50 ducks. I like ducks.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And what's your logic there for the one duck-sized, the one Volkanovski-sized duck?
Use my range.
You might get a peck to the face, you know. You don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to hope that it's a small beak.
All right, okay. We've got another one that I've written down actually from MMA Anomaly. Shout out to that person. What is the biggest threat Charles Jourdain poses in your upcoming bout?
I guess I'm going to say striking, because that's obviously where he is obviously at his best, but it's the same as for me, I think. So, yeah, I just think as well, do you know what it is, right? Every UFC fight is a tough fight. There's no one in the UFC that you can turn around and say, oh, that's a bum, you know, or I've got an easy fight there. Anyone can submit someone, anyone can knock someone out. So you may as well get the top 15 or the top 10, because, you know, they're probably going to be just as tough as guys that are just getting signed by the UFC. So, yeah, you know, I think he poses a threat in all areas. You know, obviously, hats off to him. He's an amazing fighter. And, yeah, I'd like to think that he's respecting me as well, because I am going to try to take his head.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Nicely put.
Very well put. I mean, that was exactly answering the next question we got here from Ash. He says, how do you see yourself getting it done in your next fight? And I guess the answer would be... try to take his head off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good scrap. And I think, you know, as dangerous as he is, he also leaves himself exposed. You know, that's a leg kick. I like a leg kick. So every time he kicks me, if he leaves his leg there, I'm going to take it. The same with the strikes. You know, every time he tries to punch me, he's going to leave himself exposed, and vice versa. So, yeah, I'm excited to do it. And don't get me wrong, you know, if there's a takedown there, maybe I'm going to take him down. You know, I'm not fighting Muay Thai, I'm not fighting boxing. So,
versatile.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up in all areas, 100%.
I would get it done. All right. The next question coming through is from Craig.
Yes, Craig.
Chase.
Yes, Craig Chase.
Question says, how did you feel going up a weight class? You looked super comfortable, and confident. It was really nice to see. You showcased your skill set and performed perfectly. Great question there from you there, Craig Chase. Thanks for chiming in.
I felt amazing. The whole camp was about my opponent and being the best fighter I could be, and not about cutting weight, which is always my fight camps. You know, every fight camp I've ever had at bantamweight, I don't even think about my opponent literally until fight day, because all I need to do is just make weight. Whereas now I was actually able to have a camp that was suited around Charles Rosa, you know, and yeah, I think the performance speaks for itself.
Yeah, it was a strong performance. It really was.
Yeah, man.
Next question from Jed Leon. He says, with a win over Jourdain, where do you see yourself in the division, and who would you like your next opponent to be?
Looking past.
So this is the thing. I think, am I right in saying Charles Jourdain's like ranked 20th or something?
Okay, in the world. All right.
I don't think he's in the top 15. So I would like to think that an impressive win might put me just at the cusp of being ranked, but I don't know how it works. So obviously defeat him.
I don't think anyone knows
if
how it
I'm
works.
not ranked, then 100% I want someone ranked. You know, that's what I want. I'm not looking for easy fights. I'm not looking, well, as I just said, there aren't easy fights anyway, but I'm not looking for this kind of, you know, ducking fighters. Mate, I'm going into my prime now as far as I'm concerned, and I've got, let's say, a small window, 3-4 years in my prime. This is the time now I want to step in and fight the best fighters in the world and aim to get that belt. Yeah. And yeah, if I can't do it in the next 3-4 years, then, you know, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do it. So now's the time.
Now's the time. Now's the time. It's your time as well. No, I love that. Great answer, and to a really good question as well. Was it, can you see one? Which one?
Wait.
Who's this?
Read this one, go on.
Lauren Finch. Lauren Finch is coming in on the chats here and says, "Who does Nathaniel not make? Why does Nathaniel not make the bed in the mornings?"
It's a very good question. Why do you not make the bed in the mornings, Nathaniel?
Because I've got her to do it. Simple, isn't it? If I don't make it, the magic fairies come in and they just make it. I come home and it's all done. So
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Oh,
you got one of those magic
them on the
houses. You got one of those magic houses too.
literally, same thing happens with the washing.
No way.
I leave it on the side. I come back later. It's done. So yeah.
It's like secretly got like a fishing rod like underneath the table there. He's like, come on in, reel it in.
Great question there. Great.
Love that.
Oh, well.
I've got actually a quick question.
You do, go ahead.
Unfighter related.
Right.
Now, we've seen you rock the old school early 1900s flat cap, right, occasionally, as seen on shows like Peaky Blinders. Did you get a chance to go to the Peaky Blinders immersive experience in Camden Town?
I didn't.
Oh,
no.
mate, it was sick. I'm telling you now, I could gas you up hard with it. It was good. Like,
Still there now, or
huh?
is it still there now?
I don't know. I thought it might have stopped at the end of this month, but maybe. I don't know. You'd have to check it out.
I've had the flat caps before Peaky Blinders.
Oh, yeah. Before all that was cool.
Way back when it was before it was cool.
Then I look, he's a Peaky Blinder. I'm thinking, nah, mate, they're copying me. It's completely different anyway. People think I'm from Birmingham. Peaky Blinders is Birmingham. You know what I mean? I'm London.
No,
so
that's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's bread maker, I think, isn't it? The typical. Well, back in those days, it was something that bread makers would wear.
Well, I've got the Baker Boy.
Baker Boy.
Hat.
Baker Boy,
I've got a few, yeah. So there's a lot of different ones.
Do you also have like razor and a stitching at the back? You got put like a razor blade back there.
Nah.
So, there it was. The right answer.
Did you watch Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, but I haven't actually watched the newest series yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
It was okay.
If I'm honest, like I liked it, but I didn't think it was as good as people were saying. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I thought it was a really good program, but I mean, let's talk Game of Thrones now. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a bit more me, you know. I need a bit more action. I think sometimes Peaky Blinders was a little bit slow.
Yeah.
But obviously they're rocking good outfits, so
yeah.
I think that
it's well
was
worth a watch. I've not watched the last season either, but I don't know if it's the same since Polly's gone, isn't she?
Yeah, no, it was a little bit. Yeah, it was a bit sad.
Yeah.
But you know what I think it was? I think I watched the first episode and I was like, man, I'm lost. I can't remember what the last series was.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
I want to watch the last series again or catch up with it because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. We're in a golden age of television right now. There's so much stuff on the box to watch. We don't have any time for it.
I'll tell you what I just watched as well, which I thought was unbelievable.
Go on.
It's called S.E.E. with Jason Momoa.
Oh, I think I've seen it advertised. He's in this one. Yeah.
Really, really good. I think the first series is coming out next week.
No, I have seen it. Apple TV.
Is it on Apple TV?
Yeah. Mate, I thought that was really good. I like that.
Concept-wise, incredible. I mean, I don't think it's any spoiler because when you watch it, you think it's dated way back when. Then it sort of unfolds and you sort of realize the real-time era of it. But with no spoilers in there, you should check it out.
Different, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes the program's all a bit repetitive, so it's nice to have something a little bit different.
Yeah, and he acted a lot better in that than he did in Aquaman as well. Like,
I've not seen Aquaman. I didn't want to see it.
Good. Let's see if we've got any more questions to come through on here.
Chase Bishop's got a really good one.
He does. Chase Bishop.
Flash something real quick.
Okay. Who is the scariest fighter in your division? That's a question from Chase Bishop. Thanks for your question, Chase.
No one.
I guess you would have to say Volkanovski just because he's the champion. He's the man. But
other than you, of course, that's what should have been in there too. Other than you, who's the scariest fighter in your division? Yeah, my bad. I read it wrong.
You'd have to say Volkanovski. Yeah. But do you know what, right? I'm going to big him up now. My opponent, Charles Jourdain, I think one of the best strikers in the 145 division. So, if I beat him in good fashion, then, you know,
that's a good stepping stone up to.
Yeah. I think that'd probably give you someone like they'd probably offer maybe a Ilia Topuria or someone like that because they were matched up at one point. I don't. Has he gone back to lightweight? I don't know. I know he was at featherweight last time.
I don't keep up with it. And let's say Arnold Allen, scariest guy because he's my boy as well. So.
Oh yeah, Meal deal.
Big him up. Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
I keep trying. I keep tweeting him, getting him to change his nickname to Arnold Meal Deal Allen. It's got to be done.
He loves the meal deal.
He just loves it too.
But I do question some of the meal deals I've seen. They're a bit dry sometimes, but
You can't beat the value though, can you? Next question in from Damien Collins. He says, "Have you watched Naked Attention?" He says, but I think it means attraction. He loves that show.
What was we talking about? Okay,
no, I've never watched that show.
Good answer.
No idea what that show is. Just wondering if.
Okay. We got
next one through. Next question
One
we
more,
have
one more.
is. Who is your dream fight? Or question from Nathaniel, do you think double champ is out of reach for you? Let's go with that one. So Barney
okay,
Davies has asked the question. He says, do you think double champ is out of reach for you?
He's got to win first. Concentrate on winning one first.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be 2 weight category champs.
I guess it's not. I guess he's sort of trying to say, would you ever go back down to bantamweight?
Yeah, my plan would be win 145 and then potentially, go down to 135. But I can't keep doing 135. So the idea would be, okay, I'm going to fight 135 once this year or twice, not 4 times or, staying there. So, but I'd definitely come down to 135 to fight Chio Vera. I'm still chasing him.
Yeah.
And Sean O'Malley, I'd have to come down to fight him for that. Or, obviously if it's to try and get a belt or special.
Chito Vera's doing some impressive things at the moment. He's putting some tough competition away. He's done a great job against Dominic Cruz. Lost him out, of course, but
I've got to catch up. I'm not going to say that he should fight me. I'm on one fight on the weight above, but
in terms of
that's a fight I've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, I mean there is a world where it exists. He could potentially see himself and that part of the division at the very top, and you could be at the top of yours, and then that cross division, it could happen. That can exist in this world.
Have to see you later on down the line.
All right. Loads of questions coming through.
Amazing.
Loads of questions coming
Thanks,
through.
guys,
Love
for
all
these
of them. Can't get them all read out, but how are we doing for time? And we've got the game.
We
to
got
come.
a game to play, and then I think we're all pretty much there.
All right. In that case, we shall get into the game. So, just to explain the game.
Okay, so I'll explain the game. We are going to be playing against the clock UFC trivia. Now, in this game, for every question you answer wrong, you get plus 3 seconds added on to the clock. We've had Adrian Yanez and Mike Davis play it so far. Adrian Yanez is the quickest so far. He's got 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Mike Davis was a little bit slower, not great with the trivia, but he got 2 minutes and 33, which isn't too bad. So this is 15 questions. We're going to fly through them as quick as possible. How are we feeling on your trivia?
Not feeling confident, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident today, but let's try.
Okay.
Let's give it a go.
All right. It's these should be 2 difficult questions, but it's going to be about speed. So let's see how quick we can get through in speed. All right. So
shrink
give me
that
a second.
so then I can see that a bit better.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. What was that?
We can do that. We can do that.
Okay,
we can do that. All right. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Rough.
Who's the president of the UFC?
Dana White.
In which year was the first UFC event?
1993.
Which fighter did Conor say, "I'll wrestle my balls on your forehead" to?
Mendes.
In jiu-jitsu, which guard position shares the name with an insect with wings?
Butterfly.
How many
Guard.
title defenses did Khabib have?
2.
Which fighter took his shorts off and said, "My balls were hot"?
Derek Lewis.
Oh,
In the gym, which long object suspended from a ceiling do you hit?
Punch bag.
Which fighter had the horrendous nickname Sexual Chocolate?
I haven't got a clue.
Which discipline combines elements of dance, acrobatics, and music?
Where?
Which sex position, 69, is also a jiu-jitsu position called?
Oh, South.
Who was the first women's strawweight champion?
Is that Joanna Jacek?
Which fighter has the nickname Nigerian Nightmare?
Kamaru Usman.
Which fighter gets called Gyno Tit?
Don't know.
In an interview, which fighter said the line, "Nate, you can't even count to 5"?
Conor McGregor.
In a post-fight interview, which fighter you better win your next fight because I'm coming on that ass? Who said that?
Oh, Adrian Sterling.
Yes. All right. Cool. I think that was 130.
That was 132, but that was the second over. So 131 was the time of that.
131. Okay. And then plus how many ones did you get
So
wrong?
you got 4 wrong.
4 wrong. Ooh.
4 wrong. And now how many did we say we get for?
Which one did I get wrong?
So let's go back to that.
Okay.
It
So
was...
we go back.
Yeah, you can probably tell from my face. Like, I went to it wrong. I was like, yeah. Close.
Joanna Jacek one.
Yeah, so that was Carla Esparza. So that was who was the first woman. So that was number 11. Strawweight champion. Then it was which sexual chocolate? Nickname sexual chocolate?
John Jones.
Really?
Yeah, he started off his career as sexual chocolate.
I think he buried that pretty well.
Very well. And then the other one I think was title defenses for Khabib. I think
yes,
you say 2.
he said 2. In fact, it was 3. So that was
3.
Yes, 3. And then there was Gyno Tit.
And who?
Gyno Tit. Which fight I guess called Gyno Tit.
Yeah, who's that?
That's Israel Adesanya.
Because of the...
Oh, right.
You got it. All right. So
Not too bad. Okay, so...
Am I in the lead?
Say again, sorry?
Am I in the lead?
Well, let's have a look. So it was a really good time. So you got... so we got, I saw on the clock it was 1:31.
Yeah.
Which is great. Now we've got to add the... it was 3 seconds per penny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did we add? Wait, did I add the fee? I think I did the thingy. Yeah. So
you
I
should
don't
have,
know.
yeah.
I'm
So that's 12, and then so I think you'll be in the lead if we did the maths correctly. So 1:31 plus
No, it's shortest time, isn't it?
seconds. Yeah.
Adriano's got 2:25. What was the time?
Yeah. 1:31.
Oh, 1:31. Oh, Christ, you're well in the
Yeah,
lead.
you're
Yeah.
well in the
Sorry,
lead.
I'm bro. That was fast as well.
I think it's 1:43 seconds.
What do I win?
You are top of the
Penny,
leaderboard at
yeah.
the moment.
There you go. You're right at the top. You're right at the top.
Am I winning?
Wait. So,
Am I winning?
Yeah. You get to be
how
number
many
1
adding on?
on the leaderboard. You get to be claimed as the number 1.
You get your nickname is
I'll
now
tell you what.
Sexual Chocolate.
You can keep that.
Congratulations. We don't have any. So at the moment we have a leaderboard, but we don't have any prizes going out. But we'll have our HR team, special ops, reach out to you offline where we can talk to you about how you can have opted to win more prizes next time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, for now, we don't have any prizes lined up, but it's just the leaderboard at the moment, and you get the title of being number 1. It was really good speed, and it's a great strategy as well. Just saying pass time. He was able to get through it in record time, but also only a penalty of 12 seconds, ultimately. So it's good.
Sweet.
Not too bad.
All right. I think we should pretty much hit the nail on the head there. We're going to get wrap
Oh,
up
solid.
and grab some quick picks from you off air so we can add it on to one of our pieces of content that's going to come out later on next year.
Yes.
So we're going to say goodbye to everybody in the chat. You guys have been amazing.
Some amazing questions
Thanks for
there.
tuning
Some
in.
great
Pop a like
stuff.
on the video if you haven't done so already. And if you are not a subscriber yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, of course.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
It's been so good having you on board. Cheers
In a bit.
and good night.